Both these dudes getting caught with body and head punches. You ready?
Yeah, go to my thing and see if it tells me if I'm.
Yeah, it's live. It's there right now.
Oh wait, I'm waiting for somebody to get in there. Somebody join.
Oh yeah, now. Lawrence Williams, MMA champ, Lion Killer.
All right, here I go. Right here, okay. All right.
Yep.
Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? Look, man, I didn't think this fight card was going to happen. Didn't think it was going to happen, man. I appreciate y'all coming up in here. Lawrence Williams, Lion Killer. Hey, Lion Killer, man, you see your partners calling the fights tonight. Nate Campbell. I was shook. Turn the fights on. I hear Nate Campbell voice, man. Nate doing the fights tonight. Who else up in here? MMA champ. Jesus M. The J. Rules Theory. Man, I did not think this fight was going to happen, man, or this fight card. Now, I would have liked to see, Manuel Char fight TREVOR BRYAN, man. But look, I haven't seen TREVOR BRYAN fight in about, man, it's been a few years, man, a couple years now. So just to see him back active is just a plus, all right? Wouldn't want it to be against BERMANE STIVERNE. Stiverne was supposed to fight Lovejoy. According to Christopher Lovejoy, the money wasn't right with Don King. So that's why you don't see him on tonight's card against Stiverne. And then Manuel Char, is allegedly having visa issues leaving Germany. All right. And right now he's the champ in recess. And the WBA, man, this is just a mess right now with all these titles that they've created over the last few years. It's just a mess right now, man. It's just a total mess right now.
Can I interrupt you? Lion Killer says it came close to not happening and that he was supposed to be a part of it. And then Retro Boxing says, I'm watching these cruisers. And Lawrence Williams says, TREVOR BRYAN reminds me of Michael Bennett.
What's going on? My man Blood up in here, Lance Myers. Yeah, so look, man, for those of you that don't know the rundown, right now it's an undercard fight, some cruiserweights up in there. For those of you that don't know the rundown of this whole WBA thing, man, let me try to just give you a quick rundown real quick, man, with this, just what's going on with Manuel Char and TREVOR BRYAN and interim and super and regular. Now they made a damn gold. The WBA made a gold belt. Robert Helenius and Konaki last year was for the WBA gold. They just made up a belt for no reason at all. You know what I'm saying? So now, when you look at just the regular title tonight that's on the line, the vacant regular title that's on the line tonight, that title right there has lineage to Ali Liston, Terrell Mitchell, and Tate versus Coetzee, and Spinks and Ali, and Mike Tyson and Douglas and Holyfield. That has lineage, right? So in 2011, for some strange reason, the WBA decided, it was 2011 when Klitschko fought Hay. Okay, so Hay wins the WBA. At this time, the regular was just the only, right? It was the only title. It was the one that Tyson and all those guys I named had, right? So in July of 2011, Klitschko fights Hay. Hay comes into that fight the WBA champion. Klitschko defeats David Hay, and then they elevate Klitschko as super WBA champion. Just having the title itself wasn't enough. They need to elevate him to make him a super, thus turning the belt that we all know and love with the WBA, that all the great past fighters had. They made that like a second tier belt. You get what I'm saying? So then 2 months after, it was probably about 2 or 3 months after Klitschko and Hay fought in 2011. Later on that year, Povetkin fights Chigayev. They paired the number 1 and number 2 guys in their rankings to fight for the now vacant regular title that had all the history, all the rich history, right? So this is where all this shit started. And then Klitschko had that title. So then, I'm sorry, Klitschko was the super WBA title. Povetkin was now the regular WBA champion. And he went on and made some defenses. And then he got his shot to fight Klitschko, right? And you would think, all right, maybe they can consolidate these two damn belts and then just get rid of the regular status and just have just one belt. No, they vacate the belt. They vacate the belt so then Freza Kendo can fight Ruslan Chagayev. I know I'm confusing the hell out you, man, but this is what happened, right? So then Povetkin, after he vacated, he fought Klitschko. Klitschko beats him, and Klitschko remains the super, right? So then you go into 2015, Fury, finally beats Klitschko. Now he's the super, and that's all the super is, man. It's just their elevated champion that's unified. And the regular with all the history is now a second tier belt, pretty much. Crazy, man. Then 2016, they announced that tournament. And this is when their president said that they're going to have a tournament with the regular and the super involved. And then once all the belts are consolidated by the winner, they'll eradicate all the secondary nonsense, right? And they never did that. And like I said, they offered us another belt last. So it's like they told us one thing and then spit in our face and gave us another belt, which is called the gold, the WBA gold heavyweight champion. So this is crazy, man. So I guess in a way, if you look at it, man, it's like the title they're fighting for tonight is the title with the history. But we all know that Anthony Joshua is the one that should have that title too, to be honest with you. So we know that Joshua is the champion of the WBA, man. I don't know why. I know why they did it, to create more titles, to get more sanctioning fees. So I understand why they did it, but just confusion, man. Just total confusion. And then the interim status that Trevor Bryan maintains as he comes into this fight. That shit started 2014 when Ortiz beat Latif Coyote, I believe, and then it got changed like a no contest because Ortiz with the drug test. And then 2015, I know Ortiz beat Matias Vedando, I believe like on a Triple G undercard, and then he beat Jennings at the end of the year 2015. And then he was promised that he'll get a shot out of the Vlad Fury rematch winner going into 2016. That fight never happened. Fury ended up retiring. And they gave Ortiz the ring around Rosie. Then he pretty much ended up fighting Wilder about, a couple of years later in March of 2018. Right. So then that interim was picked up again by Bryan when he beat Flores. And how the hell he became the interim champ after being BJ Flores, I have no idea. And even the two wins that Trevor Bryan had before the BJ Flores fight was against journeyman fighters. I'm talking about guys that are like 2 wins and 25 losses. Then the other guy was 2 wins and 20 losses. His best win is Derek Rossi, and that was 6 years ago. That was 2015, man. One thing I can say, though, about Trevor Bryan is he's only 31 years old. So I will give him that. But he is coming in tonight at 267 pounds. This is his career high by a long shot. He came in at 248 against one of the journeymen, I believe, or was it Flores? One of those fights was 248, and that was his career high. And now he's out doing that by damn near 20 pounds. And this is somebody that at his best against Rossi and fights like that, he was 230, 235. So this 267, and I seen that interview that Stacey McKinley did with True School Sports. Shout out to True School Sports. Go check that interview out. We'll stay here. Then after this, check it out. But Stacey McKinley did an interview, and he was saying that Bryan looks good in the gym, and he's packed on muscle, right? So I didn't see any weigh-in photos, so I guess we will see this muscle that, McKinley said that he's packed on. But 267? And you're usually around like that too. I mean, he is 6'4", but 267 though, man. And your career high was 248. And I looked at that as you were out of shape for that fight because I'm used to seeing you at 230. So I guess we'll see, man. Stiverne is down from his last fight with Joe. I think for Joyce he was like 270 or something like that, somewhere in there, and he's 267 as well tonight. All right, so I get he's down in weight for him, but it's his second career high for Stiverne. So you're gonna see some dudes leaning and breathing and grabbing and hugging and leaning all over each other tonight, man. But if Trevor Bryan can use his jab and utilize it, like I know he can, well, at least like I see him do it against Derek Rossi and land right hands, because we know Stiverne is susceptible to getting hit with right hands, right? Ray Austin was landing good right hands on him. Areola had success in the second fight, landing good right hands early. Obviously, Deontay Wilder. Derek Rossi knocked him down with a right hand, and Joe Joyce knocked him down with a right hand as well. Didn't knock him out with the right hand, but he knocked him down. I know Joyce, the ref stepped in for the Joyce fight. All right. See what y'all saying in the comment section.
Renee Salcido says if Don King is involved, I smell something fishy. Black Caesar says that's too heavy. I think he's talking about the weights. Blood said that the fights are here for free on a stream link. What network is the fight on? I already answered that question. I'm not confused. The WBA regular belt is a curse.
Oh yeah, you want to talk about the curse of it? Yeah, man. The belt. Look, man, it's had a black cloud over it, man. The last 2014, man. I mean, if you want to go to 2014, right? Chigayev. Okay, so when Povetkin vacated it, right? Chigayev versus Akendo was ordered and made, right? Chigayev beats Akendo. I believe it was majority decision. It was a close fight. It's here on YouTube. Close fight. And Akendo had a rematch clause in 2014, right? This is why he was able to stay in the rankings for 5 years without fighting, because he had a court-ordered rematch that he never got to fight because he was injured in training camps, and he wouldn't sign the contract for the charge situation because the money, some things just wasn't right according to Akendo. Then he had a fight ordered where him and Briggs was going to fight. Then Briggs ended up fell in a drug test. So yeah, 2014, man, Chigayev beats Akendo. 2015, Lucas Brown, Chigayev beats Francisco Pianata, July of 2015. And then Chigayev fights Lucas Brown, gets beat by Lucas Brown in 2016. Brown fails a drug test after that, right? So now the title is vacant, with Akendo being the one that's going to get the shot against Briggs, right? Briggs fails the drug test, right? Then Akendo and Char's supposed to fight. They're supposed to fight. And yeah, Akendo wouldn't sign the contract. Something wasn't right in the contracts. But he allowed Char versus Ustinov, right? Char beats Ustinov. Then Char fails a drug test, right? I'm not making this up. I'm not making this up, right? He fails a drug test, right?
Blood said, man, this is so confusing, bro.
Man, am I making it sound even more confusing?
No, but I mean,
you're all right, so
reading it how it
so then that happens, right? So yeah, he fails a drug test. So then so Char failed the drug test. They don't strip him. Then they come back and say, I think it was something, man, I forget how this one. I think it was something with the B sample. It was something to where they just let him keep the title, right? They let Char keep the title. Then what happened again? Yeah, then Char Akendo came back to the table in 2019. Akendo wouldn't sign a contract because the money wasn't right. And here we are now, right? To this week, Char versus Bryan. Now Char is champion in recess because he can't make it over here because of a visa issue. Damn, that was a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm not making.
No, you're explaining.
Okay.
Well, but
all right.
shaking my head, LOL.
Crazy, man, right?
Crazy as hell.
This is why fans, when when I hear some fans be like, who's the champ? And they get confused and they don't like it and they think it's rigged, and it's because of shit like this. This is why you can't really argue with casual sometimes when it comes to some stuff like this. It's just like you just throw your hands up like, yeah, it's bullshit. You can't even, this is crazy, man. But I'm a fight fan. If my neighbors were going to have a rumble next door in their garage and they were charging $5 at the door, at the garage door, I'll probably go over there and watch it. You know, I'm just a fight for fanatic. But as far as this making sense, it makes no sense at all, man. It just doesn't. This is more of me just wanting to see Trevor Bryan, undefeated American heavyweight that been sitting out for no reason, man. And shit, he doesn't have fights on YouTube, y'all. Like, he has no fight. The best thing you can find of him is if you go on YouTube and type Mr. Boxing Today 2 in with his name and Jarrell Miller. There's sparring footage. That's like the most exciting thing about Trevor Bryan that's on YouTube.
Matthew Clark says none of Char's team were present when they opened the B sample, so he got off with it. LOL.
Yeah, that's what it was. Something about that B sample. Yeah, some technicality. Like, oh, you guys open it without our team being there. And that's a loophole, that you can find, but crazy, man. Just a mess.
Renee Salcido says Bruce Seldon wants next.
Shit, he might. I remember when Bruce had the strap. Who did Bruce beat? I believe he beat Tucker for the strap. Man, speaking of Stacey McKinley, who's the trainer of Trevor Bryan tonight, I think, now that you bring that up, I think Stacey McKinley was in Tony Tucker's corner that night that he lost to Bruce Seldon. I believe that's how that went. I know Blood's on here, man. Blood, isn't that how that went? I believe that's how that went.
Blood says we're going to see him tonight, and I'm looking forward to it. Xavier the Boxing Nerd says Battle of the Part-Timers. Oquendo being ranked since 2014 and being 0 for 0 in the last 6 years says it all. Yeah.
Well, one thing we can say is the WBA finally started to get Frez, and shout out to Frez, man. It's court ordered, so I guess if you look at it that way, he just him and his team just doing what technically they're allowed to do. But and he did an interview with my man Kinda Loco Sports, so go check that out. Frez explains everything in thorough detail about what's going on. But they finally got him out the rankings. He's no longer in their rankings because he was in the rankings in the top 5 for years without fighting. Speaking of WBA rankings, let me just, bro.
Can I interrupt you for one
Yeah,
second?
go ahead.
Seldon beat Tony Tucker. That's what they said.
Yep, Seldon beat Tucker, and I think that was when it was vacant. I believe it was vacant when he beat him. But I think Stacey McKinley was in Tucker's corner that night. I could be wrong.
Stacey was.
He was.
Seldon, yes.
All right, bet. Okay, Seldon. Okay. All right. Let me just look, man. I'm gonna start with the top 15 of the WBA. Their new rankings just came out. I'm gonna start from the bottom up, and there's one name that's gonna it stick out like a sore thumb, man. So number 15, Otto Wallen, 14, Frank Sanchez, 13, Herkovic, 12, Hunter, 11, Staverne, 10, Caballel, 9, Areola, 8, Martin, 7, Konaki, 6, Ruiz, 5, Ortiz, 4, Wilder, 3, Bogdan Dinu, 2, Usyk, and Bryan's number 1 / interim, and the regular titles on the line tonight between Staverne and Bryan. The gold champion is Helenius, champion in recess is Char, and the super champion is AJ. Bogdan Dinu, number 3. This is another reason why, a lot of fans that are casuals don't take boxing serious, because of these ranking systems. Shouts out to Blood. He's on here. He's been going, man, he's been making vids about how ridiculous these rankings are for damn near 20 years online. But they just don't make sense, man, at all. At least some of these guys, look, you can say, you can argue some of these guys shouldn't even be ranked in the top 15 of heavyweight boxing right now, right? But at least you can look to 14 out of the 15 of these guys and say, okay, well, at least he beat him. Well, Bogdan Dinu at number 3 has no quality wins. None. 0. He beat, let me see. I'll say Avery Gibson is probably his best win. And Avery Gibson is the guy, he's been in a plethora of Deontay Wilder training camps. He fought in the World Series of Boxing, represented the U.S. at heavyweight, at super heavyweight, actually. He's a small heavyweight. He's one of those, just a, gritty, determined type of guy. You know what I mean? Like, he'll give your prospect trouble, make you go the distance, may win some rounds. You may have to squeak out a split decision. He's one of them guys for your prospect, right? That's probably Dinu's best win. The Jarrell Miller loss and the Pulev loss, he showed some grit. And the Pulev fight was bloody in that one. And I think on the scorecards, 2 judges had it a draw when the fight was stopped. Um, and the Jarrell Miller fight, he ended up getting stopped, but he won the first 2 rounds. But you don't get no damn brownie points, man. He has 0, right? At least when you look at Wallen, you can say, okay, well, shit, at least he beat Travis Kaufman. You know what I mean? You look at Sanchez, well, at least he beat a Joey Dweko, Herkovic, at least he beat Molina and Mansour. Hunter, at least he's beat Bacole and Kuzma. You get where I'm going? Even Stavern, at least he beat Areola. You know what I mean? At least Caballero beat Chisora. It should at least Bryan beat Derek Rossi, right? Derek Rossi is way better than anybody that Dinu has beat. At least Derek Rossi should, even his losses, he had debatable fights against Erkin Tepper and even Stavern. He knocked down Stavern. I thought Rossi could have got that. He knocked down Stavern. The Glasgow fight, I thought Rossi won. The Dweko, there's a lot of fights, you know what I mean? So at least you can point to some of these guys, at least point to one name that they've beaten. You can't even do that for Dinu, and he's rated number 3. So, you know, if the WBA starts to make title elimination fights, you would expect Dinu to be in one of those, right? Well, I mean, like, who are they going to pair together? Wilder and Bogdan Dinu? Like, that ranking makes no sense at all. And I guess Trevor Bryan being at number 1 makes no sense either. But shit, again, like I said, at least he's beaten Derek Rossi at least, and it was like 5-6 years ago. But Dinu, doesn't he have a quality win?
Fablo says Tucker was a quality fighter, man. Unfortunate to be the shortest reigning champion. Terry Brown says why Char and Bryant are not trying to fight AJ Fury or Wilder.
Well, according to Trevor Bryan, man, I've seen him do interviews, and according to him, right, this is according to him, that he has been calling out the names and trying to, you know, he'll be like a list of one of the 3 guys for a guy that does have a name, and he said they never pick him. All right, and that's according to him. Him and Jarrell Miller should have been fought, man. That was one fight. Showtime, I thought, missed out on that, man. They should have got those guys, man, especially around that, was it 2017? I think it was it was either the summer of 2016 or 2017 when they got into it, when Jarrell went down there to the heavyweight factory down there in Florida and went to the gym. They confronted each other, and Stavern was there that day too, when Stavern and Jarrell got into a pushing match, and Shannon Briggs had to jump in and break them up. And then prior to Jarrell going down to Florida, him and Trevor Bryan were on social media going back and forth for like a month straight. Then he goes down there and he spars them. Like, it was hot right then and there. 2 American heavyweights on the come up. You know, that was a perfect time to throw that on the undercard of a Wilder fight. Like, this is so easy, man. This is easy. They should let me control this shit. Like, that fight should have been happened. But, you know, it didn't. Right now, they're showing Trevor Bryan and Stavern. They are in a venue. It is a real event. It is going to happen. When I turn on the pay-per-view, man, they were showing classic fights, which is weird because, dude, all them fights you're showing, you calling them classic like this. I mean, we can go on YouTube and watch those, you know, but they showed 3 classic. I think De La Hoya, Trinidad, Cooney, Holmes, one of my favorite fights. And I forget the other one, but they showed 3 classic fights before the, you know, to kick off the pay-per-view, right? Which is weird to me because we can watch all those fights on YouTube, man.
Fablo says Bryan was one of the names being thrown around when AJ versus Miller fell through in 2019 before Ruiz took the fight.
So tomorrow I'm going live again. I'm going to go ahead and cover, I like Michael Polite Coffee, man, against Darmani Rock. Darmani Rock was going to be our Olympic hopeful for 2016, man, but he got upset in the Olympic trials against Bay Area native and trained by Virgil Hunter, Marlo Moore. And he had beat Moore in a national tournament like a few months before the trials, man. But Darmani Rock, quick hands. I missed the damn weigh-in today. Damn. Because they fight tomorrow. I missed the weigh-in for Rock and Coffee. But I'm going to definitely, when I get off here, I'm going to check that. But I'm going to go live tomorrow night, man. And I think what's the pay-per-view? Oh, not pay-per-view. What's the main event? Okay. Oh, Plant versus Truex. Truex actually from our neck of the woods. He from Minnesota, man. But yeah, that's the main event tomorrow on that card. But my main concern is Coffee versus Rock. Two American undefeated heavyweights, man. Two big dudes. Coffee is like 6'5", 270 pounds. Rock is about 6'5", about 270, 260. So they're gonna be in there throwing hands tomorrow, man.
Somebody said I need to go back to sleep with my tired voice.
Then February 5th, Hakeem Rockman Jr. He's fighting a journeyman level guy, man. Alejandro De La Torre. Hakeem Rockman Jr. is 9-0. Obviously, the son of The Rock, Hakeem Rockman. He'll be in action February 5th, man. Then February 17th, you got gentleman George Arias, 15-0, finally getting back in the damn ring, man. He was another guy like Trevor Bryan, man. You know, 4 or 5 years ago, you know, we were talking about him a lot. I was, you know, showcasing these guys and putting up prospect watch videos and all that. And then these guys go absent, man. But 15-0, he'll be back in the ring against Joel Cotto. And that fight will be on Showtime on the undercard. I forgot whose main event that night, but February 17th, Showtime. February 20th on the Broner undercard out there in Dallas. You're going to have Otto Wallen taking on Dominic Brazil. That's going to be a good one, man. That fight going to be on Showtime. Also that day, you got Jean Kasabuski. He's a 14-0 fighter out of Kazakhstan, man. Good amateur pedigree taking on Pavel Sauer. Sauer's a guy, I've seen him in there with Herkovic and Huey Fury. And who else did he fight? Jermaine Franklin, the undefeated Jermaine Franklin, who I'm going to talk about, who's going to be in action soon. Then also February 20th on the DAZN card, you got heavyweight Johnny Fisher making his pro debut. Fisher's a guy that sparred Joyce and all the UK guys out there. Young guy, you know, 6'5", 250 pound, 21 years old. You know, getting a lot of praise from the Dillian Whites and guys like that who's he sparred. All right, he'll be fighting a guy named Matt Gordon. Also, February 20th, Timothy Moulton, 6-0, heavyweight. He was in Anthony Joshua's training camp when Joshua was preparing for Andy Ruiz Jr. He was one of the key sparring partners, was there for the whole time, didn't get beat up and sent home. You know what I'm saying? He'll be in action. Opponent to be announced. February 27th, Willis Meehan, the son of Cali Meehan, former heavyweight contender from the early 2000s. His son is 9-0, heavy hands, big kid, taking on Hunter Sam, February 27th. Then also on the 27th, you got Parker versus Fi. I think that is on ESPN Plus. I could be wrong, but I think it's ESPN Plus. Parker versus Junior Fi, the Battle of New Zealand. I can't wait for that one, man. Both them dudes 2-2 against each other in the amateurs. Fi, the bigger fighter. Parker, obviously the way more experienced, better hand speed. It's going to be a good one. Also that day on DAZN, you got Zhili Zhang, two-time Olympian. Taking on Jerry Force. Force is a guy, he's a tricky southpaw. You know, he's fought Jermaine Franklin and Carlos Takam, Gerald Washington, Michael Hunter. You know what I mean? Then March 5th, on the Fight app, you got Jermaine Franklin. He's taking on the journeyman, a guy that has 20-some-odd losses, man. Also on that card, you got Robert Sims. I think they have Robert Sims in the top 15 of the Bridgerweight. I think when WBC came out with their rankings, they had Robert Sims top 15. All right. And then March 6th, you got Povetkin versus Dillian White, the rematch on DAZN. And on the undercard, you got Fabio Wardley, the undefeated prospect that I like, man. Kind of reminds me of almost like a Tyrell Biggs type of fighter, man. Taking on Eric Molina. All right. Then March 20th in Dallas. Forget which undercard is going to be on, man. But Arslanbek Makhmudov, 11-0, 11 KOs. He will be in action. They're trying to get an opponent for him, man. But want to see Makhmudov, man. He's beat Jonathan Wright. He's beat some good quality journeymen by knockout. And some of these guys are hard to knock out at that level for prospects, all right? But that's an update on that. Where we at right now? Was this the co-main?
No, I think this is the one before it.
Let me see what anybody talking about.
World McCrae says, damn, Stiverne woke up. Derek Bailey says, salute Mr. Boxing today. World McCrae says, Broner needs to be the undercard. Xavier the boxing nerd says, I'm moving out to Minnesota near Minneapolis for college. How bad are the winters? I'm from Northern Ohio. The winters
How bad are the
suck.
winters? Ooh, boy, you talking about -30.
Yeah, the winters aren't shit here.
It gets extremely cold.
And extremely snowy.
Mm-hmm. So this cruiserweight fight's over, and pardon me, man, there was so much heavyweight stuff I wanted to get out there to you guys, man. Some news you can use. I wasn't even paying attention to this cruiserweight fight that took place, but this fight seems to be over with. Then it's the co-main, some little guys fighting, and then we're gonna get to Stiverne and TREVOR BRYAN. I'm just waiting to see what TREVOR BRYAN looks like at 267 pounds, man. This is a tremendous weight gain. And McKinley talking about something that it was muscle, you know. So and they usually say, you know, packing on muscle can hinder you, right? So, and McKinley's an old school trainer as well. So I kind of, you know, I thought it was interesting that he said that. But hey, man, I'm just a dude on YouTube talking shit, right? So I want to see what he looks like.
Any boxing gyms you'd recommend in Minnesota? Yes, we would recommend Circle of Discipline.
Yes, so if you're trying to get some real work, you know how like on Rocky, right? When Apollo took Rocky to the inner city gym, that's what like Circle of Discipline is over South Minneapolis. But if you want like a ritzy, big, spacious, state of the art type of thing, then probably go to Uppercut in Northeast Minneapolis, Uppercut Gym. So those are the two I would recommend. But just look it up, man. You know, Google it, right?
Retros for Life said it's been reported that Stiverne injured his left arm in sparring last week, so the excuse is in if Stiverne loses. Retro Boxing and Documentaries Are Blood says he looked terrible, fat against Joyce.
Yeah.
World McCrae says, is Wilder still a heavyweight or a bridger weight?
He trying to crack jokes.
Xavier the boxing nerd says -30 ... times 50. Yeah, -30.
Yeah.
When it gets real cold. Salty Sally says, sad these two bums get to fight for a title.
Let's see, Mr. Boxing. Speaking of Wilder, man, I can't wait till all this. I want to see who he fights next. As far as, you know, the glove gate and all that shit, man. Look, if you're not taking it to court to try to, get it overturned, or just take him to court with this evidence that Wilder claimed that he has or had or not revealing, if you're not moving forward with that, man, then just move forward with your career and pick an opponent. And I'm hearing her talking about Charles Martin. I think that'd be a solid test. A lot of people, I put that poll up in my community section. A lot of people thinking, laughing. And look, Wilder could simply throw one right hand and knock anybody out, right? I mean, 9 times out of 10, it has happened in his career, right? But at the same time, no, man, that's his right hand. That's not his chin. And Charles Martin has a heavy left hand. And despite what you saw with Charles Martin in the AJ fight, he fought with some grit in that Kalnacki fight. He fought with some grit in the Gerald Washington fight, and he was getting low blow to death in a Gregory Corbin fight, and he didn't do anything, to get himself disqualified or retaliate. So mentally, he's there. And, look, man, sometimes taking a bullet can change your life, right? People forget that he got shot downtown LA one night after he lost his title to AJ, right? And he was on a lot of things that I would deem crazy on the internet. Y'all remember the videos that he was putting out there, right? And ever since then, man, he's turned it around. I've seen him working with Sugar Hill out in Detroit. I've seen him, getting sparring. He's been active. I think he's had about 6 fights, I think, since the AJ fight. And he's only lost 1, and the 1 fight was a decision. And him and Kalnacki turned into a nice slugfest towards the end. So I don't think that's just the easy step over for Deontay Wilder. You know what I mean? And we need to see where Wilder is mentally, man, because we can sit here and try to play pretend, man. But Wilder is kind of different now, right? Since he ain't the champion. I know people say, oh, he just being quiet, maintaining and working and focusing in the gym. And hopefully he is. Hopefully that is what he's doing. But, he's not he's not, his voice isn't as loud as it used to be, and it could be because he's just in the cut and he's doing his thing and training and doing that type of thing, so. So like I was saying, yeah, that could be it, but shit, I don't know. I mean, I just want to see the dude back in the ring. I want to see the dude back in the ring, and so where he goes from there, man. If between 2014, 15 to 2020 was like the best we're going to see of Deontay Wilder, he's made his mark, in my opinion. Like, I mean, he made a dent. 10 defenses, a highlight reel that we're going to be talking about, regardless of who you thought or how good the opponent was or wasn't. Some memorable fights against Ortiz, the memorable fights against Fury, the whole bomb squad until this day, just things like that. I think he's left his mark, got a bronze in the Olympics. And this was during the time, that 09, 2010, 11, 12, 13. This is a time where it was being dominated by the Klitschko's so bad. We never thought we'd ever see a American heavyweight sniff a heavyweight title, right? I mean, we had Tony Thompson and Seth Mitchell and Ariola's, guys like that, but we never thought we'll, see a title again, right? And Wilder was able to do that, man. So it was memorable for me. The Stiverne knockout, first round knockout, the Brazil first round knockout. Hey, man, if that's the best he can give us, I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? Shit, on to the next wave of up and coming heavyweights, right? And I can't wait for them. I can't wait for the next 3-4 years when the next wave come in. When they get in here and the guys like Fury and Wilder and AJ are the ones, getting knocked off. I can't wait for it to change over again. I like it, man. See what y'all talking about. We're going to see where he at, bro. How long to the main event? See, right now they're showing, and rest in peace, Frankie Randall, but right now they're showing the Randall and Chavez fight. The night that Frankie upset that thing. I remember this, man. I remember this one. World McCredit says, who's the NFL dude making his debut in May? Called out Wilder. You talking about Brandon Marshall? Is that Brandon Marshall? I think it's Brandon Marshall. Man, Brandon Marshall, man. Look, I ain't never seen Brandon Marshall in the gym. I don't know if he was a amateur. I have no idea, but yeah, Brandon Marshall gonna get knocked out. Universal Truth. It's on if you download the Fight TV app, download Fight TV, and take you from there. Xavier the Boxer Nerd says, if I wanted to watch these old fights, I would be. Yeah, man, you be watching on YouTube. I don't get why they're doing this. I don't know if Don King think he's giving us a treat. I really don't know. I can understand if this was like, 1998 or something, when it was only really VHS. You know what I'm saying? And if you ain't got the VHS, there's no way you can watch these old fights, even though ESPN Classic started the rerun fights, during the late 90s. But still, though, man, it's not a treat. Like, yes, it's a classic fight. Yes, it goes down as one of the memorable fights, but we don't want to see this right now, man. So I'm not sure what Don King is doing. Yeah, Derek Bailey, I think it's Brandon Marshall, bro. That's what I think he's talking about. Luke Brendan says 267 each, way too much. Yeah, this is Trevor Bryan's his career high by a lot. Not just by a couple pounds, by about 20 pounds. Yeah, but I agree, man. This is foolish. You can do this on YouTube. Like, people can literally pick up their cell phone and just watch this. We don't need a replay of this, man. It was a classic, but we don't need a replay of this one. Fablo says the poster for the event looks like some Microsoft Office shit. Yeah.
Yes, it does.
I see somebody said that too when I uploaded it, or when I put it in the community section, just telling you guys, giving you guys some information about it. And yeah, it does look like something my son can make.
Looks like MySpace from 1999.
Right. Levi Khan says that this really looked like one of them janky promoters with the hood parties, like a janky promoter throwing a hood party poster.
Right.
Levi Khan says this really happening in 2021. Laugh out loud. This has to be the biggest farce in recent heavyweight history.
Bootleg DVD.
Well, I guess it just, just going to come down to how do you value this belt? And it's, it's a shame that this is the belt that Ali and Liston, like I said, they fought for, and Tyson, Holyfield, all those memorable fights, man. This is the belt that they fought for, right? Because in 2011, the WBA decided to elevate Vladimir Klitschko after he beat David Haye and made him super. Levi Khan says Stacey McKinley in Trevor's corner, I believe. Yes, he is. Yep. Haters Have Opinions says, when is that fight happening? If you're talking about Bryan and Stiverne, it's happening on Fight TV, man.
Pretty soon.
The Fight TV app. I think they'll probably get in the ring about another.
Blood posted a free stream in the comments.
Yeah, hey, Blood's still in here. Blood, if you want to repost that free stream, bro, Blood said there's a free stream. If y'all want to go ahead and click it, allegedly, right? I don't want to get in trouble. Allegedly, that's a free stream. Allegedly, I have no idea.
We paid our $19.99.
Let me see. Yeah, you got to be careful with Don. Hey, man, I ain't going to lie to y'all, man. I was scared to go live, man. I ain't going to lie to you, right? Because, look, I don't know what it is about Don King, the way he's doing. Look, how can I say this? Because there's some guys that talk, when they speak of Don King, they speak well on his name. I know he's a legend. But when it comes to, like, highlighting these heavyweights and he got him a WBA regular title shot, right? He got Molina a title shot against AJ and Wilder in 18-month span. But what I'll say is this, as far as him getting exposure to these guys, though. Look, man, after the BJ Flores fight, the fight wasn't televised. There's no fight footage of Trevor Bryan online at that time. I think the Rossi Showtime fight was on YouTube. I can't find it no more. Don probably had that took down. But anyway, so after the Flores fight, somebody on Facebook posted like a 15-second, they were at the fight covering it. And for some newspaper or something, they had like a 20-second clip. So I asked that person if I can, use their clip and just give them credit. They said, yeah. So I used it. I didn't even monetize it. I used it, right? Man, I get what's it called? A cease and desist order from, what's the dude's name? It's in my email. A cease and desist order from Don King Promotions to take down because they trying to sue me. And I'm thinking like, dude, like the fight wasn't televised. I'm not monetizing it. The dude just won, quote, the interim heavyweight title. You don't want people to see this? And the fight was in Phoenix, and nothing against Phoenix, Arizona. I'm sure it's beautiful in Phoenix. But Phoenix isn't like a hotbed for heavyweight or boxing like that. Last time I heard Phoenix doing something was what, Michael Carbajal back in the day? Phoenix, Michael Carbajal, so no disrespect to Phoenix, but it's like, man, nobody saw that fight. Like, don't you want him to have fans, like, to see what he's doing? And it's a 15-second clip. Don, like, man, I took that shit down ASAP. I said it's not worth it. It's not worth it. I took that shit down. Nathan says, when is fight starting? Soon. Right now, they're showing a clip of another classic that we don't need to really be watching right now. De La Hoya versus Trinidad. I remember this one clear as day. This was my freshman year in college, man.
It's the last 2 minutes, though, and then I think the main event's after this, or is it the co-main?
I think it's the co-main, and then I'm confused. I have no idea. I think it's the co-main after this.
Yeah, they've been doing things out of order.
But right now, they're showing the 12th round of De La Hoya and Trinidad. And I wish De La Hoya would have just planted his feet and fought Trinidad off him. I know that's easier said than done, but shit, there's other fighters that was able to plant their feet and push Trinidad backwards. But I guess De La Hoya thought he was, what'd he say? Giving him a boxing lesson. You know what he said after the fight? I gave him a boxing lesson, right? I guess he thought he was giving Trinidad a boxing lesson. And he can just kind of skate this last round and ended up losing the fight. I remember this one clear as day. Yeah, blood is classic boxing now. Crazy. Yeah, Luke, he's on his bicycle, pot shotting with jabs, hands down, thinking he just about to go ahead and get him a clean little 8-4, 9-3 victory on the scorecards. Boy, was he wrong.
Boy, was he
He moving
wrong.
around like, yeah, I'm up 8-4 after this.
9-3.
Yeah, I'm gonna be up 9-3 after this. I got about 9 in the bag. Ain't he fighting like that? Look at Oscar.
Yeah.
He like, yeah, I got 9 in the bag.
I'm just gonna jump around.
I'm just
and avoid the
cruising.
punch. Yeah.
Blue Blood Sports TV, salute, bro. Look at Oscar. Oscar up in there moving around, dancing like he up 9. Like well, it's just a 12, so he fighting like he up 8-2. You know what I'm saying? 9-2 right now, 8-3 right now. Yeah, Don need to. I don't know why he did this, man, with this classic boxing. We do not need to be watching. I don't know why he added this to the pay-per-view. We could easily watch this on pay-per-view, man. If anything, why not showcase and highlight some up-and-coming guys? Why not use that time slot for this? And I understand, it takes money. So, you know what I'm saying? Don said, "The hell with that."
He promoted back
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Don said, "The hell with that, man.
All the rights to
I ain't about to pay nobody. Ain't nobody else. I ain't putting no more fights on." My man, Bama Bo says Chris Lovejoy still ain't got a fight. Shaking my head. Yeah, man, really wanted to see Chris on his card tonight, man. Finally, hey y'all, we finally got to see a glimpse of Chris Lovejoy in the ring. My man BWTM Sports out there in the UK was the first to post it. I didn't post it because I still thought that Chris Lovejoy had some type of dealing with Don King. And I learned my lesson from posting any of his fighters, a 7-second clip, a 2-second clip. I ain't posted no clips of his fighters, man, after I got that cease and desist order about the TREVOR BRYAN thing. So I put the link in my community section, and I seen it. It's about a minute. It was about a minute worth of Chris Lovejoy. And he was just fighting downhill. He was just coming forward, throwing combinations at will on the guy, and knocked the guy down, got him up out of there. It was just an easy fight. Really couldn't take much from that fight, but that he has heavy ass hands and he's a big dude. You know what I mean? But I didn't get to see him try to. All right, main event's coming up, but I didn't see Lovejoy, have to fight off the back foot, take a few, go to round 4, get winded, get caught with a good shot. I didn't see none of that. It looked like him hitting the mitts.
Okay, what's your prediction?
My prediction, and salute to you guys up in here, man. My prediction is TREVOR BRYAN by TREVOR BRYAN. I'm thinking about it, man. I can't just throw anything out there, man.
Just come on.
This shit for bragging rights. This is for bragging rights.
Okay, should I go first?
Yeah, let me hear what you got to say
first.
I'm
going to say TREVOR BRYAN by stoppage in 10.
I'm going to say, I'm going Bryan too, but I'm going to say Bryan in 8.
Okay, I'm going Bryan in 10.
I'm going to say Bryan in 8. All right, Stiverne is coming down the walkway.
It's a 12-round fight, right?
12, yeah, of course it is. This is for the regular regular WBA. Right, get it right.
Making sure.
It's for the WBA title, the regular. Of course, it's gonna go 12.
Okay.
My man, Blue Blood Sports TV says, "Oh shit, I didn't even know this was actually happening tonight." Shaking my head. Yeah, man. You got Bryan in 9, Blue Blood or Blood retro boxing documentaries, Blood Boxing. You got Bryan in 9.
I got Bryan in 10. And you got Bryan in 8.
Is that old?
No, that's right now. Can I see it, please?
Stiverne into the ring.
Here.
Stiverne into the ring, y'all. Now we waiting for TREVOR BRYAN. TREVOR BRYAN. I want to see this, man. 267 pounds. I know I've been talking about it the whole time, man, but I really got to see this. 267? Whew. And he's usually around about 230. He was 248 for one fight, but that was his career high. He was a little out of shape. Well, at least I thought he was. Because he's usually around about 230, 231, 232, 267. And Stacey McKinley says this is muscle he put on. And like I said, for an old school trainer to say that kind of kind of made me scratch my head a little bit because old school guys usually say, you know, adding too much muscle, you know, kind of messes with your skills a little bit. You know, so, but we'll see, man. Like I said, I'm just doing on YouTube talking shit, right? So here comes Trevor Bryan. Still got his robe on. Curious to see how Trevor Bryan's approach is going to be to this, man. If you look at Stiverne and his losses, man, like I said, the punch that he's most susceptible to is a right hand, right? The Deontay Wilder fight, Derek Rossi dropped him with a right hand. Joe Joyce dropped him with a right hand. Even when he fought Ray Austin back in the day, when they fought in the WBC Eliminator, Ray Austin, the punch that he was able to land was a right hand. And even he beat Chris Arreola both fights, but in the second fight, early in the fight, Chris Arreola was doing a good job. When he was doing a good job, is because he was keeping a consistent, high, responsible guard, pumping a straight jab and bringing it back to his chin responsibly, and doing what? Coming down with a right hand. All right, so you got to back Stiverne up as well. I mean, you can't let him get momentum, let him get confidence coming forward, because he'll start to get confidence and work punches and drop his hands a little bit. So Stiverne will do that sometimes, drop his hands a little bit. But that was back when he was 34, 35 years old, man. That was 6, 7 years ago I'm talking about when I seen him look like that. He's 42 years old now, man. It took a lot of punishment in his last fight with Joe Joyce, all right? So, and his 267 is an indicator that he still has on more weight than he should, right? But at least he is down from the last fight that he came in with Joyce. I think for Joyce, he was like 273 or something like that, so. All right, so Trevor Bryan, 6'4", you know, 79-inch reach. Just put it right here. 79-inch reach. Stiverne, 6'2", 77. Like I said, Bryan's only 31 years old. That's one thing about his inactivities. He's only 31. You know, he's not 41. All right, so we will see how this in the end. McKinley said he's been in the gym. He's been sparring. You know, had been having some good sparring partners. I believe he said that he sparred Rafael. What's the guy's name out of Florida, man? That played for the Hurricanes. He played for the basketball team for Miami Hurricanes. I just did a video of the Nigerian kid, man, the 6'8", Rafael Akpi Origi. He fought him, or not, didn't fight him, but he sparred him. Been sparring Shannon Briggs and some other guys. So I thought that was Rick Ross. I was like, they got Rick Ross. This is Micah the Voice Lee. All right, Micah the Voice Lee, who looks like Rick Ross, singing the national anthem, man. So let's go ahead and let's get this up.
Oh my goodness.
Oh
and
man.
In Florida, I really thought.
Yeah, that's what I thought was him too. I was like, damn, they got old Rick Ross to do the
singing. I never heard him sing a day in my life.
Oh man, hell no. All right, oh shit. All right, so my man Nathan says Arreola should fight Lovejoy. Yeah, I think Arreola, man. I see they granted him a ranking by the WBA. What the hell they got him rated at WBA?
Arreola had a fight coming up.
Nah, Arreola, he fought Kalnacki. He fought Kalnacki when we were in Vegas.
Okay. So
whenever that was when we were in Vegas, but he fought Kalnacki. And then he said, after this fight, if I lose, I'm going to retire. Then he didn't retire because he think that he looked pretty decent. And then they're talking about Ruiz. That's been a rumor. Ruiz versus Arreola.
Yeah, that's what I thought was going to happen.
Yeah.
Was Ruiz versus Arreola.
Oh, he can sing Blood? Because I ain't really listening to him, man.
He said Rick Ross can sing?
Yeah, like this dude.
This dude can sing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he can sing. He just looked like Rick Ross.
Look at Baby Huey. Let me see. No, I'm talking about the singer Baby Huey from the 70s, not the cartoon.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the cartoon.
I'm talking about Hard Times.
Yeah,
Baby Huey.
Is.
All right. So Gerald Levert just did the All right, so that's over. Now here comes the ring, and he's about to announce these cats, man. Let's get this fight underway, man. Dimitri Collins says, stream not working for me. Anybody else? Bumble Bo says, Don King got the place looking good. Though, yeah, man. I was like, when it came on, and Cause I ain't gonna lie, man. When I ordered this thing, I was like, man, I hope this shit's a real paper. I hope it really comes on.
$19.99.
So, you know. All right.
And he got the same braids.
Man,
Trevor
got a good fundamental skill set, man. I like he keeps responsible defense. He can work a little bit on the inside. He can box from the outside a little bit. Good fundamental skill set. Trained by an old school trainer that's seen it all. And McKinley then trained Povetkin, Tyson, Tucker, Briggs, and a whole bunch of other dudes I know I'm forgetting. So he ain't gonna let you get away with a lot. You know, he was down there in that heavyweight factory, man. You guys seen those videos and clips over the years with Holyfield be down there, Riddick Bowe, Briggs, Klitschko come up in there. You know what I mean? So a lot of tutelage, man. A lot of guys he can learn from. He still ain't. I don't know if he's ashamed of his body or is he just he's getting his mouthpiece because he still ain't turned around yet. Yeah, this is. I don't see the muscles. All right,
there's no muscles.
There's no muscles, man.
Flab.
He looks flabby. I'm just be honest with you. I don't see where the muscle.
It's all flab.
You know, so I'm not sure what Stacey was talking about, man. But it's fight night. You know, it's fight time, and you don't necessarily have the best physique, right? So.
Andy Ruiz taught us
that. Andy Ruiz, James Toney, shit, Buster Mathis Sr. Should keep going all through history with guys that were portly, but. As long as he can throw these hands, man, and get BERMANE STIVERNE out of there, and he shouldn't have to go to war with Stiverne.
Stiverne looks decent, though. He's kind of flappy, though, too. And he still has the same braids from 2013.
All right. Damn, they look the same height. They list Bryan is 6'4", and they list Stiverne is 6'2". They look Stiverne like he was damn near taller.
Damn near taller, yeah.
Man, quit showing these. Now they're showing De La Hoya and Trinidad. Like, take that shit off, man. Just show this fight.
Oh, shit.
Oh, now it done broke up. Let me see. Now all right, man. Round one is about to start. Now the app is loaded. Okay, here it goes. Oh, Stiverne is 43. I thought he was 42. Damn, I guess he got old. I guess what was his birth? I could have swore he was 42. Okay, he's 43. I'm sorry. And Bryan's 31, so he definitely got youth on his size.
64 and Stiverne is 6'2", but Stiverne legit looks taller.
My man.
And Stiverne has the reach, 81 to 79.
Blood Boxer says over 500 pounds of flab up in there. All right, come on, y'all. Let's go, man. Let's get this underway. Don King. Y'all remember King Vision? King Vision back in the day in the 90s? Don King's put on some really good cards, man. That's one thing I can say about Don, man. He'll pack that joint with like 5 meaningful heavyweight fights. All right, round number 1. And they walk out slowly. All right. Right now, Stiverne is fighting from like a elusive type of posture with the left hand really low, right hand in the middle of the chest. He's bringing it up a little bit now. He's back foot. Bryan is using the jab coming forward. Just filling him out with the jab right now. Stiverne trying to mix in some feints, probably trying to get Bryan to react to his feints. Bryan's keeping a high guard with the jabs, not really falling for nothing right now. Good jab by Bryan. He's trying to. This is what I'm saying. You got to back Stiverne up, man. You can't let this guy start walking forward and get confident. You got to back him up and put that jab on him, put that heat on him, man. And Bryan's doing that right now with the jab. He ain't thrown nothing significant yet. Jab left hook by Bryan.
Got him with the left hook.
Stiverne right now is just high guard and taking punches.
With the body shot.
Stiverne works the jab to the body. Better keep that left hand up, man, because he is susceptible to getting hit with right hands. I think that's what Bryan is looking for, is that right hand. Right over that low left guard. Stiverne sometimes put the high guard up, but his face is literally wide open still to get hit. I've seen him get hit clean with this high guard up. Right down the pike with right hands, Wilder most notably.
Right.
Bryan doubling up the jab. Another jab right there, keeping the fight in the center of the ring. He still hasn't thrown nothing significant, man. He still hasn't thrown his right hand yet that I can remember. And it's halfway through the round. And these guys are sparred against each other, too, down at the heavyweight factory. So they're pretty familiar with each other, man. They sparred.
Maybe that's why they're being so,
cautious. Yeah. Trevor Bryan's working that jab, man. He is working that jab.
He's definitely winning the round at this point.
Oh, definitely winning the round. Very slow, methodical pace, man. Good body shot. Now, good comeback by Bryan.
Yeah.
That's a punch that Bryan's got to look out for, is that left hook on the inside. That's one of Stiverne's favorite punches. Either the short left hook, or he likes to come with that like a no-look overhand right. I don't know if that left hook got Bryan's attention or not, but now he circled a little bit. He's using the jab. That was good. That was a good jab. And Bryan, in that sequence, he did land a couple good body shots before he got hit with that left hook. Good right hand by Trevor Bryan after the jab.
Yeah.
You see how I'm saying he's susceptible to right hand? I told you right there. That's what he's looking for. Now, I think he needs to come back with a left hook after that, because Stiverne won't be probably looking for that one. Goes that overhand right. I'm telling you, the overhand right by Stiverne, but he just missed it. And Trevor Bryan's not really moving his head.
Expecting that.
Uppercut attempt by Bryan. I gave that to Bryan.
I gave that to Bryan.
Retro Boxing Documentary says Bryan only muscle developed in his jaw from eating. My man Swag Nation said triple OGs going at it. Chuck Dre says, please send Beware Old Ass into retirement. Tired of seeing him. Vulgar Genius says his birthday is November 1st, 1978. He is 42. All right, so the telecast got it wrong. Okay. He's taller than Stiverne by a little 2 inches. Yeah, it don't look like that to me. My man, Official AJ up in here. What's good, bro?
Get me to do it?
Yeah. All right, so round one, I gave it to Stiverne, man. When Trevor Bryan attempted to throw a right hand, it landed. You know what I'm saying? So we will see what he'll try to open up with more combinations this round, or we still try to just bust Stiverne up with a jab. All right, round two. Both guys take center of the ring. Here comes Trevor Bryan with a combination. Jab, right hand, left hook, right hand. Stiverne's on the ropes. Trevor Bryan's using that, pecking away with the jab, throwing the jab upstairs. Stiverne's with the high guard, pumps his own jab, comes up short.
Bryan's more aggressive.
Good body shots by
Ooh,
Trevor Bryan.
That was a good.
Now he shoots an uppercut and he misses. He landed a left right to the body and he shot an uppercut and missed it on the inside, did Trevor Bryan. He's putting more combinations together in this round than he did the first round. Double jab by Bryan. You would think Stiverne want to slip one of these jabs and come up with some type of power shot, at least try to work the body. You can see that Trevor, he threw with that no-look overhand right. He just missed it. He needs to try to work that body, too.
Ooh,
good right hand by Bryan. Good left hook by Stiverne. Good right hand by Stiverne.
Shit.
Good left hook by Bryan. Stiverne threw a right hand and missed. 1-2 by Bryan. Good body shot by Bryan. Telling you, left hook, Bryan's going to have to look out for that. It's a sneaky little chip-in left hook that Stiverne likes to throw in exchanges. He loves to throw that left hook. And Trevor Bryan he's not really moving his head offline that much. He can get caught with that, especially pulling out. Especially pulling out from when they throw exchanges. I think Bryan's still winning this round, but Stiverne is doing a lot better in this round. Yeah. Good body shot by Stiverne. Another good chipping body shot.
Yeah, very good body shot. I think
Bryan's circling now. I'm still not comfortable with this 267 on him, man, on Trevor Bryan. At least with Stiverne, he can fluctuate all his career really with his weight like that.
Come on, man.
But Bryan he's not used to fighting like this, man. So, all right, so the app just is loading right now.
When was the last time Char had a fight? Says haters have opinion.
I want to say when he fought Ustinov in 2017.
Retro Boxing Our Blood says these some big old boys. This is for the WBA buffet belt.
Let me see. Now Stiverne is the aggressor, backing up. He's backing up. Bryan's in the corner. Good left hook by Stiverne. Now right handed miss by Stiverne. Overhand right by Stiverne to hit Bryan. Bryan's working it. They're banging on the inside a little bit. Good right hand by Bryan. Did that hurt? Stiverne?
I
No.
don't think it hurt him, but they're banging.
They're banging right now. Now, some of these shots are landing. They're like catching these shots on their arms and gloves, but they're standing toe to toe in spots and they're letting combinations go. A lot more action than the first round for sure.
Some of them are landing clean though.
Good jab by Bryan at the end of that round. We gave that round to Bryan. I think Stiverne was a lot more active than he was in the first round, but I still gave it to Bryan. I thought he controlled majority of the round. Stiverne had his moments. You know, he'll fight in spots and, you know, throw 3-4 punch combination here and there. But
Luke Britton says Stiverne still got power. God of War says Char's the true champ of the division. Bama Bo says good fight. Official AJ says y'all smoking dick thinking Bryan beats AJ. Laugh my ass off. Blood says the winner gets a year's supply of steakums. Fablo says love the announcer.
nuh-uh, man. Nuh-uh. Not steakums, but the winner of this get a year's supply of Omaha steaks, bro. This Omaha steaks. AJ and them fight for the steakums.
Yeah, it's the Omaha steaks.
Yo, and I've seen Trevor Bryan work on the inside. Well, I did when he sparred Jarrell Miller. They actually had and I know it's sparring, but they were banging though. Him and Jarrell were banging in that sparring session. And I've seen Trevor Bryan work on the inside against, you know, big guys or guys that are bigger than him. Jarrell way bigger than him as far as weight. So it's not like he's inexperienced and doesn't have any experience fighting on the inside. But Bermane Stiverne can crack, and he has a good left hook, man, especially when you are stationary and you're trying to just trade. Wild miss by Bryan.
Yeah, he missed all that.
Don't it seem like Bermane Stiverne just seems like more comfortable with his 267 than Trevor Bryan?
Yeah. But Stiverne is not letting his hands go though. He's like,
I know Trevor Bryan break it out these corners,
back.
man, get off the ropes, but he's kind of probably comfortable fighting off the ropes. Good body shot. Good body shots by Bryan, and Stiverne is winging big right hands, and he's wildly missing. He's gonna he mess around and get countered after one of those wild misses, man.
That was a good double jab.
He's picking he's picking Stiverne off with jabs as Stiverne tries to step in with a big power shot. He's getting picked off with jabs.
That double jab is eating him up.
See, but this type of shit right here is going to give Stiverne confidence, man, where he can work and feel good. Joyce and them guys, Joyce and Wilder, especially in that second fight, was putting that heat on him. They ain't give him time to get his motor going and all that shit. Even though Joyce, he was throwing back on Joyce and landing some good shots, and Joyce was just eating them like M&Ms. He didn't get no momentum to come forward like that, though.
Stiverne is eating a lot of shots, though.
And Stiverne is coming forward, and he's still getting picked off, but
he's eating a lot of shots.
But he's not getting backed up, though.
But he's eating a lot of shots.
He's getting hit clean for sure. But he's still fighting with confidence. You can just see by him just coming forward.
He's getting more confident as the rounds go on. He's getting more confident.
I think Trevor probably wanted to try to walk him into something, man. Like as he's following him and plotting around, as he's circling, walk him into a right hand. Now Stiverne's complaining to the ref. All right, now Bryan is starting to get he's coming forward.
That was a good uppercut.
Good uppercut by Bryan. Good jab. Good double jab by Bryan. He isn't throwing the right hand no more behind the jab now. Maybe he doesn't think he has a range on it or something, but he's not even throwing. He's doing enough with the jab right now.
And those uppercuts.
But that jab, I mean, Stiverne just tried to tempo overhand right over that jab.
Is he?
Jab, left hook, pivot out by
he's not throwing
Bermane,
no
but
right hand at all.
I gave that one to Bryan too. I mean, but it's not like he's kicking Stiverne's ass. Even though I gave him the last 2 rounds, like he's just beating him up from pillar to post. He's just picking him off with jabs, touching him here and there, moving and circling. That's really it. It's not like a like a Wilder or Joyce when they fought to Stiverne.
Jones Ricard says Manuel Charr is the best heavyweight who ever lived. Official AG says heavyweight factory baby. Ten Toes says no way Bryant will KO Fury and AJ. Go Flow says Stiverne about to turn it up. Maze Boxing Belt says, what's up, guys? Finished making the WBA belt for the fight. Stopping in for a few minutes. Blood says this may go 12.
It may go 12 too.
That is Nate talking. Yes, Nate is in the booth. That
Yep.
is correct.
That's Nate. Shout out to Nate and Lion Killer Podcast, man. Yep, that's Nate.
Blood says Brian look older than 31. We don't have better heavies over here. Salty Sally says Stiverne always looks average. I'll get to the comments the next.
All right, round 4, and I gave Trevor Bryan the first 3 rounds, man. Stiverne still coming forward, plodding forward, trying to duck and weave out the way of punches, but he's getting picked off. He's not doing anything. Threw a left hook to the body like a straight low a little bit right there. Both those guys punch like a straight low right there.
Yeah, they both punch each other in the thighs.
He's pretty much winning this with a jab. He's pretty much just picking them off with double jabs.
Double jabs.
See, Stiverne got to work on the inside right there. Yep,
Yeah,
good body shot, but he got to stay in there.
Shot, yeah. Another jab.
What is wrong with?
He's not throwing his right hand at all. Like, he's not doing
Brian's
anything with his right.
Brian's not throwing the right hand, you guys. He's just content with just throwing a jab, and he might hook off the jab and circle off, and then he wants to move away. I don't know if he tasted some power and he's deciding to play it safe and fight from this range, or if there's something he's trying to set Stiverne up for. It's either one of the two. Like I said, these guys are familiar with each other. They have sparred.
Yeah, that's true too. So
now Stiverne is fighting in a elusive manner with his hands down, circling away.
Going backwards when he was coming forward.
And Trevor Bryan just looking at him. Good attempt for a right hand by Stiverne.
Got caught on the shoulder.
You would think a guy's, especially Bryan, man, he'll try to step on the gas. And I know you want to win the fight, man, but eyes are on you tonight. You want to make an impression. I understand you win the fight first, but you don't want to, depending on how this fight turned out, man, you don't want to be in a situation where you look at yourself and you say, man, I wish I would have turned it up more. I wish I would have let my hands go more, especially when you're 31 and the other guy's 42. But right now, Bryan is putting on some pressure, and he has Stiverne against the ropes. Good body shot by Bryan. Left hook by Stiverne. Trying to make himself famous. He must be saving his right hand or something, because he's just not throwing it behind his jabs. And I'm talking about Trevor Bryan, you guys. He's not throwing that right hand behind the jab. Maybe he doesn't think he's in range. I'm not sure. He just won't let it go. He's doing a good job with the jab, but he won't follow with a right.
Like, he's literally thrown the right hand twice in this entire round. 2 times.
Oh, good left hook at the end by.
Good.
It's a good left hook by Stiverne at the very end of the round. You get that to Stiverne?
Yeah.
I get around to Stiverne, man. I think he just out hustled him that right there.
Said he's not letting the right go. Tentosins, I think AJ will gas and get a KO late. AJ has serious stamina issues. I think the only chance AJ has is to take Fury out within 8 rounds. Nathan says, is there a live stream? Blood, maybe you can look them up with the live stream.
And don't forget, you guys, tomorrow I'll be going live again, and I will be covering the Truax and Plant. But the fight that I'm focusing on is the heavyweight fight, obviously, between undefeated Darmani Rock, 17-0, taking on Michael Polite Coffee, who's 11-0. And I think both those guys are going to give a concerted effort tomorrow, man. Undefeated prospects, hungry. They want to get in those sanctioned body rankings, man, and try to get them a title elimination fight.
If y'all is looking for the stream that we're watching it on, we are watching on the Fight app, and the fight costs $19.99 on there. We paid for the pay-per-view. We do not have a free live stream.
Round 5. And more of the same. Trevor Bryan's working his jab. He is still not throwing the right hand. There must be something wrong with it. I don't understand why he's not throwing. He's just like abandoning the right hand altogether.
Blood says, I wonder if it's hurt. He might be. I don't
Okay,
know.
now he just threw one. He threw two body shots, but it was in when he was in close. Okay, so he can throw it. And Stiverne is moving around right now. And, Stiverne is moving around right now. Like I said, fighting with his hands down. You better, that's why I understand why Bryan won't throw the right hand. Look how low Stiverne's hands are. It's not like, you're throwing a shot at somebody that has a counter punch reflexes of like a prime Roy Jones or some shit. Like,
Right.
Stiverne isn't the fastest counter puncher. But Stiverne's a veteran. He knows how to survive in there. Right now, he's resting. That's what he's doing right now. He's resting. And this is what Joy, so. But Bryan is allowing him to rest. Why would the young guy allow the old guy to rest?
Right. That don't make no kind of sense.
The bigger, younger guys letting the older, smaller guy rest. And he's just looking, and Stiverne's looking just to back up, wing a big shot. Back up, wing a big shot. That's his game plan right now in this round. And you would think instead of Bryan, he tried to wing an overhand right, just missed. And it's because Trevor Bryan's following him. His head's not offline. He could get caught with one of these pot shots, man, following this guy around. It's kind of dangerous to follow around a puncher. Stiverne landed a nice little counter left hook off the ropes. I don't know. I hear Nate saying he's staying busy, but to me, he's not staying busy enough. Good right hand. He finally let it go right there.
Finally.
Now they're in the clinch. Now they're banging a little bit in the clinch.
On the inside.
Both guys working.
Just missed.
Good right uppercut, left hook by Bryan.
He just missed.
Good jab. Good double up jab by Bryan.
Great double jab.
Maybe Bryan's going for more of a systematic, break him down systematically and then get him out of there. But
that would make sense.
Definitely winning the fight, man. I'm not saying it's a close fight. He's definitely winning the fight. But he looks kind of, you would think he would try to throw the right hand more.
Blood says, ain't it crazy that a 31-year-old Bryan looks like a 50-year-old skeleton? LOL. Jane Dozer says Stiverne is trash. Nathan says, does anyone got a live stream link?
No.
We do not have one. GoFlow says Bryan ain't taking the bait with Stiverne hand low. Tanner Goodman says he needs to let Stiverne come to him and not follow Stiverne. Aladdin says Stiverne is washed.
But see, he can get him out of that hands low posture by just putting combinations together, because then Stiverne will try to start the duck and bend, and then he'll put his hands back up, because he'll revert to hands back up. But he's winning the fight. He's doing what he has to do, man. So.
Hey, y'all, there is 88 people watching now. Can we please get some likes?
Y'all hit the like button, man, so other people can get up in here.
Yeah, we don't have no likes.
Y'all watching anyways, man. The likes is free, right?
Yeah.
The likes is free. How many people up there? 101?
88.
It says 101 right there.
101, yeah.
101. It don't matter. Whoever's in here. Y'all hit the like button, man. All right, round number 6, and I pretty much gave Bryan 5 of the 6.
Out of 6.
I think I gave Stiverne what we gave round 4.
Yeah.
I think it was round 4 or 3. It was 3 or 4.
It was round 4.
4. All right, round 6, man. 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Ryan's walking him down with the jab. Good jab right hand finally.
Smash that like button.
And that was a good right hand. He could have came back with the left hook, but that was a good jab right hand. Finally throwing the right hand. That was a double jab right hand. Now Bryan is throwing the right hand a little bit more.
Jab right hand, the like button.
And Stiverne is circling away with his hands down. Jab right hand hook combination by Trevor Bryan. Double left hooks by Trevor Bryan.
Mm-hmm.
Double jab by Trevor Bryan. Another jab. Stiverne get on the inside, but he's, let Bryan wrap him up and hold him. Can't get no work off. Good game plan from Bryan right there just to wrap him up, man. Why even give this guy even the opportunity to land that left hook? Just go ahead and wrap him up. So the game plan is, it's a smart game plan by Bryan. It's not the most explosive, thing going on right now, but
it seems like he has the better game plan.
Yeah, and he's utilizing it. Yep.
He's executing better than Stiverne is.
Yep. My wife made a good point. He's gonna box him from some range. So I can't get mad at that, man. But as a fan though, that want to just see some action, I want to see him throw more punches. That's just me being selfish. Stiverne just looks too tired, man. Just the older fighter. He's looking haggard right now a little bit as far as his punch output. Yeah, his punch output. He's throwing one shot at a time.
His mouth wide open.
And he'll circle around, try to muster some energy, and then throw 3-4 punches, and then go back to the same thing and throw just fight in spots. Hands is really low though, man. You would think one of these double jabs on the right hand by Bryan will be able to get through. Stiverne doing a lot of pot shots right now. A lot of these punches he's throwing is getting caught. Some of them are just missing.
Wildly missing.
Gave Bryan that round as well. So this definitely won't be scaring any heavyweights. Nobody, Joseph Parker won't be running away from a Trevor Bryan call out, or Anthony Joshua, or nobody like that looking at this.
Tanner Goodman says Bryan needs to double up on the right cross. John Bosch says neither fighter's taking the initiative. Nathan says how you got the fight. Bama Bo says Bryan showing you what it looks like when you've had good sparring. Aladdin says Bryan is winning this fight on a left jab alone. Luke says Stiverne always been like that. Never had a high work rate.
Yeah.
EJ Boxing Live says 55,
What's good, EJ?
59 Bryan for me.
What's good, EJ? Yeah, Bryan got good technical skills. That's one thing I was saying, when I first started the live, man. The kid got good technical skills. Good punch placement, responsible defense.
Good output.
So got some things there. You got Stace McKinley in his corner. You got some things there. Some things to work with. Would like to see him in better shape than this, though. All right, round number 7, and I've only given Stiverne one round. I think it was round 4 or 5.
Round 4.
4. It was 4. Round 4. All right, right now Bryan is circling, using his jab, keeping a responsible guard up.
He needs to put the pressure on him now. He needs to start pressuring Stiverne.
Stiverne's coming forward, man, but he's
turn it up.
Really nothing behind his punches. Stiverne, he's winging wild shots.
I think if Bryan turned it up and started putting the pressure on, that he
could
get Stiverne out of there.
That was a nice little right hand he slipped in right there.
Very good. That's what I mean. If he put the pressure on, start throwing more punches, I think that he gets Stiverne out of there.
Because Stiverne starting to look a little bit winded. First, he's starting to look a little winded now. It probably mix in some body shots too, man.
Definitely. Now they're both just...
You would think he would want to put some pressure on when he has Stiverne against the ropes.
Yeah.
All right, got him against the ropes right now, and he's letting him off the hook. Now he has him in the corner.
Letting him off the hook.
And he's letting him off the hook. I think he's probably I think he just respects Stiverne power. I think he just knows, hey, this is a guy.
Needs to turn it up though.
Yeah, he got to show him no respect.
No respect. The younger fighter, just go in there and let your hands go. Like, he's given Stiverne way too much time to react and to be the aggressor.
Yeah, right now Stiverne's taking the aggressor. Say Stiverne's probably
winning the round.
Think he's winning the round?
Yeah, because he's backing off and not doing nothing. Bryan is.
Stacey McKinley says he said Trevor Bryan put on muscle.
What muscle?
He said he put on muscle. Ooh, good left hook.
Very good left hook.
Good right hand by Stiverne.
Good left
That's good overhand. Good left hook, overhand right.
Yeah. Oh,
now he has Bryan against the rope a little bit. He got to keep going though.
He got Bryan on the ropes.
And then Bryan took those shots well.
Stiverne looks gassed.
His mouth's open.
Stiverne needs to turn it up. I would give this round.
Stiverne trying to show some head movement, but he's not coming up with punches after the head movement.
But I'll give this round to Stiverne.
You think Stiverne outworking him this round?
Yeah, because he's doing more and he's got landed the better punches.
All right, in the round, was that round 7?
Yeah.
In the round 7. Would really like to see Bryan, man, in with any of the other American heavyweights, man. Jermaine Franklin, because Jermaine Franklin's more like 20. You know, he's more around 20-0. Obviously, he wouldn't fight a guy like Jared Anderson quite yet, because Anderson needs some more fights under his belt. But I wouldn't mind seeing him fighting like a Jermaine Franklin. I think that'd be a good fight for him. Even a fight if he were to fight like. The winner out of Damani Rock and Polite Coffee tomorrow. I think that'd be a good fight, right? But I know he's going to stay with this WBA thing and wait, try to get his shot against Anthony Joshua or whoever's super. Or no, he'll have to fight Char. I'm sorry, he'll have to fight Char because Char's the champion in recess. I think. You know what? Who knows what the WBA will do? Anyway, here goes round 8. Man, I wish he was a fucking throw more punches, man. EJ has a 64-69 to Bryan. Yeah, I gave...
We got it 6-2.
Let me see. Bryan is backing up a little bit. And Stiverne's taking the aggressive approach right now. He's trying to walk him down, but he's really not doing much.
I'm sorry, we got it 5-2. Because the 8th round ain't done yet.
Jab right hand, another right hand by Trevor Bryan looked like it missed. Now he has Stiverne on the ropes. Jab to the body by Bryan. Stiverne moves out the way. Now he's on the ropes again.
He's affected by these shots though.
And Trevor Bryan suffered no type of bruises. It don't look like nothing on his face. Look clean right now. Look like he's breathing hard. Nothing.
But Stiverne is very out of breath.
And Stiverne's breathing hard, moving backwards, hands low, mouth wide open, face starting to look puffy under the eyes a little bit. Good double jab by Trevor Bryan.
We all know with the heavyweights that could change at the drop of a dime.
Jab by Trevor Bryan. And I think right now Stiverne, his whole setup is he's trying to, throw these little pot shot type jabs and then wing over a big right hand. And it's so predictable what he's trying to do. Hey, Stiverne's starting to work a little bit this round.
Mm-hmm.
Don't like it's enough yet, but he's starting to, good. Jab right hand by Stiverne. Stiverne's starting to land now.
Mm-hmm.
Bryan's not stumbling or getting rocked, but they are landing on him.
They are connecting, yes. All right, you said
good jab.
Bryan in 8, right?
Stiverne's trying to put the pressure on. Bryan's moving back using his jab. So you think Stiverne won this round?
Mm-hmm.
Levi Khan says Stiverne is beyond cooked. The J. Bruce Theory says seems like AJ and Wilder maybe Joyce are the only heavyweights that look in shape. Funnelholic Trevor Bryan and the new Vlogger Genius says Jared Anderson was announced to be fighting Kingsley eBay on the Smith Jr. undercard. Hey man, that fight with Kingsley is not going to be easy. That's going to be Jared's toughest test, at least on paper. I said that last time about when he fought Rodney Hernandez. I said that's going to be his toughest test, and he destroyed him. But Kingsley is not a pushover, man. He know what he got to draw with Guido Vianello. So we will see what happens, man. But on paper, though, that's his toughest fight. Kingsley is a Nigerian fighter, 6'4", 80-inch reach. He's a switch hitter. He's durable. He can take a decent shot, lets his hands go, willing to go to war. You know what I mean? So we'll see. And then the fight that Kingsley did lose, he actually, because he has one loss, he actually ended up rematching that guy and beat him by stoppage. So, yeah, there's a lot of in-shape heavyweights. I was just letting that dude cook with his comment. But, yeah, Gerald Washington's a guy that's in shape. Philippe Hergovic is a guy that's in shape. There's a lot of guys that's in some good shape. Probably not, probably don't look like Ken Norton or Mike Weaver or Evander Holyfield, you know what I'm saying? But they're in pretty good shape, though. Shit, Jared Anderson. We're just talking about him. Jared Anderson, another one. Fabio Wardley. There's a few of them. Or shit, there's a lot of them out there. Tony Yoka's a guy. Vlad Sarenko. I can keep going. All right, it's round 9, man. It's more the same as far as Bryan coming out with the jab. Stiverne's on the back foot trying to pot shot. He's coming forward a little bit. I'm hearing Nate Campbell's announcing partner saying that he's talking about power. I'm not sure if he's saying Bryan not showing power or Stiverne. I'm not sure. But speaking of the power, though, I would think a lot of his opponents probably won't look at Bryan as some guy that has huge knockout power. I think they might try to come in there and try to press him. I'm not saying he can't punch, but I'm just saying it doesn't look like he's going to be like a knockout artist type of guy. Good body shots by Bryan, but he's technically sound, though. He has some good technical fundamentals, though, for sure. Ooh, good right hand by Stiverne. Then Bryan come back with a hard one, too. That's what he's landing occasional pot shots is what Stiverne is doing. Bryan's doing a good job of using that jab, man. That's one thing I'll give him credit for this. And I got Bryan winning this round. Probably gave Stiverne maybe 2 rounds, maybe. One for sure. I know I gave him round, I keep forgetting, 4 or 5.
Give him round 4, and I think round.
Ooh, they opened up at the end. Ooh, they're opening up at the end. Stiverne stumbled. Got caught with a right hand. He stumbled.
Because he's tired or
All
he
right.
got caught?
I think it could be some everything. I think he was tired, got caught, and probably tripped over something. But she probably tripped because he got punched.
Look how tired he is. Like,
Yeah.
look how wide his mouth is. Look how he's breathing.
All right, his face isn't swelling as much as I thought, but they do have an inswell under his eye, though.
It is swelling, though.
I know, but it's not as bad as I thought it was.
Oh,
but
yeah, but it is swelling, though.
yes, and they are applying the inswell. Nice uppercut by Bryan, digging some good body shots in that round. Definitely gave him that round. Official AJ says, unless Wilder can get it. Oh, he's talking about that. Okay. Alas, Saddam. Bryan is Chris Berg without the defense. Light puncher. Man, Chris was a bad dude, man. Because he was against the heavy hitters, though. He wasn't ducking no smoke. He David Tua, Ike Abeabucha, you know what I'm saying? Galata, McCline. Like, he was in there battling with them dudes. And, yo, I rewatched that Vitaly Klitschko fight. The fight that Klitschko is round 10 right now, but the fight that Klitschko retired in his corner, that fight was a lot more competitive than people like to say. They just think, oh, Klitschko was dominating him and he just, gave up because his shoulder. Nah, it wasn't just a complete domination like that. That was a lot closer. Now, when he fought Vladimir, that was a different story. But when he fought Vitaly, he was coming on. He started to walk Vitaly down. Like, Chris Berg don't get enough credit for that. It ain't his fault that Vitaly quit. Vitaly's a damn good fighter. All right, round 10, and Trevor Bryan's putting some good combinations together. He threw a 1, 2, 3, 4 right there. Jab, right hand, left hook, right hand. And right now, he's using the jab. 2 minutes left in this round. Man, this really makes me think how this fight would have went tonight if Manuel Charr's in there. I think Manuel Charr is more fresh than Bermane Stiverne. And I know Stiverne's got knocked out brutally before, but shit, so is Manuel Charr. He got knocked out brutally against Marius Briedis. Briedis was going off the back foot and hit him with an uppercut, knocked him unconscious. And he was able to, to bounce back from that, so he's a little bit more technical than Bermane Stiverne Charr, and a little bit more aggressive in my opinion. So it would have been interesting to see him and Bryan fight tonight, but that's neither here nor there. It's the 10th round, 1 minute left in this round. Stiverne threw a wide right-handed miss. Trevor Bryan looked like he didn't even have to go to second gear. I don't look like he ain't even out of second gear, man. And Stiverne's probably not the right guy to test that, right? To test that, to get him to that gear. But it looks like he's been fighting in first gear the whole fight. Good jab, uppercut, hook by Bryan. Bryan has a nice little sharp uppercut that he throws. It's accurate. $30 seconds left in this round, man. Stiverne's still looking for pot shots from the outside. Bryan's walking him down with a jab. Nice right hand attempt by Stiverne. Looked like it just missed. And I'm not, unless Stiverne has some type of rally score, some type of spectacular knockout. Looks like he was nice, another right hand that Stiverne threw and winged at the end. But, you would try, have to ask yourself, man, like, where does Stiverne go from here? Is he just, it's already gatekeeper status. It's like after this one, man, it's like, do you just keep fighting these type of guys, these undefeated guys, and just see, make another dollar and see if you can spring some type of upset, or do you call it quits? So it'll be interesting to see what Stiverne does after this, man. Especially the style that Stiverne fights. He likes to bang, you know what I mean? And he'll be 43 this year, man. So, or maybe he may stay around like a Dominic Gwynn and a Rydell Booker and guys like that. Maybe he stays around for a little bit longer, EJ Boxing Live, he says, the jab, the key to Bryan win and the new champion. Yeah, he's definitely going to win this, man. It's easy work. Grimace 08, Povetkin KOs Morrison. That'll be a good fight. Well, shit, you talking about like a fantasy matchup, Tommy Morrison versus Alexander Povetkin? Or are you talking about, good right hand by Trevor Bryan? Bermane Stiverne's hurt. He's wobbling.
Oh, he's down.
Knocked him down. A right hand. I told y'all. He's susceptible to getting hit with right hands. The Wilder fight, the Rossi fight, the Joyce fight, even the Ray Austin fight, the second Areola fight, the first few rounds of that fight. Right hands is what he's susceptible to. All right, he's up. Trevor Bryan. Trevor Bryan jab to the body. I like how he's throwing the body shots up the head shot. 1-2 up top by Bryan. Left hook by Bryan. Right hook by uppercut by Bryan. Uppercut by Bryan. Another uppercut. Stiverne trying to wing. He's winging big right hands. Uppercut by Bryan. Stiverne is wobbling. He's walking away wobbling. Trevor Bryan's being very methodical. He's not rushing. Oh, good right hand. Knocked him out. He's done. He's going to count. He's done. Was it 4, 5? Oh, he is busted up. 7. He's up, man. He's walking backwards. His eye is shut. That right eye is shut.
Yeah.
He's saying he's a warrior. He's saying he's good, but he's definitely not good. He is busted up. Here comes Trevor Bryan. Right hand by Bryan missed.
He's gonna get him out of
Another
there.
right hand by Bryan. Ref stopped. Stopped it. Yeah, the ref stepped in.
It
was a right hand. Round 11.
I called it in 10. I was 1 round off.
Yeah. Stiverne gets him. I'm sorry. Trevor Bryan in the new regular WBA champion. Trevor Bryan
Is it for a title though?
For the WBA regular.
Not the
He gets
interim?
he gets the job done. Ends the show with a knockout. You know, so Stiverne, man, I'm not even going to front, man. He gave me some exciting Saturday nights over the years, man. I remember the Ray Austin fight, even the fight that he got stopped on his feet against what's that cat's name? I think that fight was like on Fox back in the day, but he gave us that fight, man. The two fights with Areola, the first fight with Wilder, even the both Wilder fights, just excitement around the fights. The first fight being in the MGM and just the nostalgia and mystique of that going on, and then, you know, being on the shit end of the stick in the rematch though, but just think you should probably call it quits, man. I really don't see, you know, what fight Herkovic next and get beat up like this. You know, fight Tony Yoka and get beat up like this. Fight Jared, you know. I think we've seen enough of BERMANE STIVERNE, man. But hey, it's his career. We'll see what he does. But TREVOR BRYAN improves. What is he, 21-0 now? Is he 21-0? WBA regular title. Look, man. Ooh. He just started letting all types of right hands go after he got him hurt. And then the closing shot, or the one that dropped him, I thought they could have just waved it, but he got up. Was a right hand. Ooh, dropped him right on his back. Damn. Jab, right hand. Went right top of the head. Didn't even see it. So, Helenius versus Kanaki 2, March 6th on Fox. Y'all check that. It's going to be a good one. I wonder if the WBA gold is going to be on the line for that one. I wonder if the WBA is going to put the gold title on the line for that one, being that Helenius and Kanaki was made for a made-up gold belt last year when they fought. So I wonder if this rematch will be for the gold belt as well. John Bramble says Bryan is the best in the world. Gareth Hancock says Char failed to defend in the time frame. Yes, and they made Char the champion in recess until he finds a way to get his visa issue ironed out and get that rectified. You know, he can't leave the country, man. So they got him champion recess. AJ is the super champion. Helenius is the gold champion. Bryan was the interim champion, but I guess he is no longer that. He is the regular right now, right? So shouts out to Bryan, man. Technically, hey y'all, technically I know it's bullshit, but I'm being honest. He's 21-0 now. All right. But technically, the belt that he has, the lineage, for, like I was saying, is Ali Liston, Tyson, Holyfield, Foreman, Big John Tate, Mike Weaver. All those guys held this strap. This one, that super strap that they elevated Klitschko in 2011, that was made up in 2011. So technically, this is the belt with the lineage. However, the belt that we look at as the real one is the one Asia has. It's a mess. I know, right? It's crazy. But props to TREVOR BRYAN, man. I hope he doesn't take another hiatus and just call himself waiting for, you know, whether it's AJ or Fury or whoever it is that's going to have the super when that time comes. I hope he doesn't call himself just waiting on that. Hopefully he will, you know, Don King and get him some more fights, man, and have him, hey, man, shit, bro, at this point with all these damn belts, just go around and defend this one. Just, you know what I mean? Just go around and keep defending, the, you know, just defend the regular title. But if you look at the WBA rankings, they put some new rankings out today. I wouldn't mind seeing them fighting anybody in their top 10 rankings. I know they have fucking Bandang Dinu at number 3, which is crazy, but he probably won't fight Wilder, but Wilder's in there. Who else is in their top 10? Caballel. Let me see. So they have Bryan number 1. He's the regular now. They got Usyk at number 2. Usyk, I'm hearing, is going to fight Joyce for the interim WBO. 3, Dinu. I mean, technically by the rankings, the next, hey, bro, technically by the rankings, the next highest rated available opponent is Bandang Dinu. Usyk is number 2, and he looks like he's going to stay in that WBO side of things, right? Wilder number 4, 5 Ortiz, 6 Ruiz, 7 Konaki, 8 Martin, 9 Areola, 10 Caballel, 11 Stiverne, 12 Hunter, 13 Herkovic, 14 Sanchez, and 15 Wallen. some of these guys got some fights. I know Helenius is going to fight Kalnaki, and Helenius is the gold champion, right? Charles champion, recess, AJ Super. As my man Lawrence just said, Kalnaki Helenius is happening in March, so that's not going to happen. We're not sure what Wilder's going to do. I keep hearing Wilder and Martin rumored. Martin's number 8, Wilder's number 4. Then you got Ortiz at number 5. I keep hearing him rumored for Ariola's number 9. So shit, maybe Bryan fights Dinu. And I'm just saying this because I'm just looking at the rankings and looking at who's available. Ortiz is number 5. I would love to see that. You know, so it's crazy, man. I'm going to take a few more comments, y'all, and I'm going to get off. And I will be on live tomorrow, man, for that undefeated American heavyweight showdown between Michael Polite Coffey taking on Darmani Rock on the Caleb Truex and Caleb Plant undercard. God of War says, so Char is lineal WBA champ now. It's more confused. No, really what he is, well, he actually was before that. Right now he's just champion recess. He's the champion recess. And Bryan is the active regular. This is just fucking crazy, man. This is so confusing. This is just ridiculous, man. Retro Boxing Documentary says the night's still young, Bryan. The buffet closes at 12. Hurry up. That's where you might go, man. He probably got some shit in the locker room. They probably got sandwiches and drinks and shit all set up in the locker room, probably. All right, man. I've been on here, man, for a few hours, man. I know y'all. I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and enjoy y'all Friday night. I will be back on my man Vince up in here. What's good, Vince? Body Snatcher Return says he should hang it up, especially if he's going to come in this type of shape. I definitely agree, Vince. I'll see y'all tomorrow night, man. I'm gonna go ahead and jump on off of here, man. Y'all make sure if I'm not uploading, I'm always active in my community section, all right? Because shit, some of this stuff is so redundant, and I keep just saying the same things over and over again with the heavyweight division. There's only so much news to me that seems worthy, right? I'm not gonna make videos about who bought a car or you know, who took their wife to dinner and all that. I'm not reporting on that shit. When fights are made, I'll come on and talk. You know what I mean?
Check out the polls you put up in the community.
Yeah, check out those polls in the community section. Check out the articles. It's constantly, I'm giving you guys heavyweight stuff. And when I do, if I'm not making videos with my commentary, I'll at least put up some videos of guys training. And I'd rather just put those videos up instead of making a video saying, hey, Helenius is training in training camp. I'd rather just you see for yourself. And, you know, man, you go with your judgment from there. But I'll be back on tomorrow, man. I'll see y'all then. Y'all be good. I'm gone.